We are going to move on to chapter 6. 6.1 is called the law of sines. And so this is a statement that has been proven. We could derive it. Your book goes into proving it. We're not going to do that. We're just going to use the fact that it's true. So the ratio of the sides of a triangle, any triangle, not just a right triangle, is proportional to this. I'm not saying this right. This is what we've got. A over sine of A is equal to B over sine of B is equal to C over sine of C. And I can isolate this in any way I want. I can look at these two. I can look at these two if I wanted to. Or I could compare A and C if I wanted to. So I can compare any two that I want. They're true across the board. And so as far as this picture goes, what matters is that side A is across from angle A, and side B is across from angle B, and side C is across from angle C. Also, there are no notes for you to print out and write along. You can just take notes on your own paper. So their instructions are going to say solve the triangle. And solve the triangle means find all the missing sides and all the missing angles. So I'm going to start with angle B. So I want to solve for angle B. Well, the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So 46 plus 63 plus B have to equal 180. So I'm going to take 46 plus 63 and get 109. And then when I subtract 109, 80 minus 9, B is equal to 71 degrees. So I know that B is equal to 71 degrees. So look, I'm already a third of the way done. Next, I can either solve for side A or side B. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to solve for A first because alphabetically. So here's what I have to use. I'm trying to find side A, which means I need angle A, which I have. So side A over the sine of 46. I can set this equal to B over sine B or C over sine C, but I don't know side B yet. So I'm going to use the fact that I know side C and I know angle C. So I'm going to set it equal to C over sine of C, which is 56 over sine of 63. And then I'm going to cross multiply. So A times the sine of 63 is equal to 56 times the sine of 46. To get A by itself, I'm going to divide by the sine of 63, divide by the sine of 63, and then I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to make sure my calculator is in degree mode. I know you can't see my calculator, but you can type it in. It's 56 times sine of 46 divided by sine of 63 is 45.2. So side A is 45.2. And then side B, I'm going to find by setting up B over sine of B. So I'm going to do it on the next page. B over sine of 71. And here's the thing. I had to round this A, this 45.2107, etc. So I'm going to stick with C, what I didn't have to round. So I'm going to set it equal to 56 over sine of 63. And I'm going to cross multiply. B times sine of 63 is equal to 56 times sine of 71. Divide by sine of 63. So B is equal to 56 times sine of 71 divided by sine of 63. B is equal to 59.4. So side B is 59.4. So I have solved the triangle because I know all three sides and all three angles. So number 2, I'll write here. You can pause the video and then you can make sure you can get it, and then we'll go over the answer. So angle A is 50 degrees, angle C is 33.5 degrees, and side B is 76. Okay, so I actually don't need a picture in order to do this. You can certainly draw one if it helps, but what I'm going to do first is find angle B, because angle B is going to be 180 minus 50 minus 33.5. So angle B is 96.5 degrees. Okay, so next I know side B, which means I need to find side A and I need to find side C. And I can go in either order, it doesn't really matter. I'll find A first. So according to the law of sines, A over sine of A, so over sine of 50 degrees, is equal to, I can do B over sine of B, or I can do C over sine of C. In this case, I know B, both the side and the angle, so I'm going to do B, which is 76, over sine of B, which is 96.5. So when I cross multiply and I divide, I take 76 times sine of 50, and I divide by the sine of 96.5. I get that A is equal to 58.6. So A is 58.6. And then for C, I'm going to set up C over sine of C. So C over sine of 33.5 is equal to, I'm going to use what I did not have to round. So instead of the 58.59604, I'm going to use B. So I'm going to use 76 over sine of 96.5. So yes, we found 96.5, but we didn't have to round it. So I can set this up. I can cross multiply 76 times sine of 33.5 divided by the sine of 96.5 equals C is 42.2. So I know all three angles, A, B, C. I know all three sides,